My family laughed when I quietly moved out overnight. 3 months later, they showed up at my door begging me to come back, but not for the reason I expected. I didn't leave in a dramatic way. No yelling. No slammed doors. No, you'll regret this speech. That's what confused them the most. Background: I, 24M, grew up in a house where everything looked fine from the outside. Nice neighborhood. Decent schools. Family dinners every Sunday. But inside, it was exhausting. Not abusive in the obvious way. No bruises. No screaming matches that neighbors could hear. It was quieter than that. My parents had this way of making everything about them. If I succeeded, of course you did, you got that from us. If I failed, well, you should have listened to us. There was no version of reality where I was just my own person. And my younger brother, Jake, 21, was the golden child. He could do no wrong. Skipped classes, he's just figuring himself out. Got into minor legal trouble. Boys will be boys. Failed 2 semesters. College isn't for everyone. Meanwhile, I got a B+ once and my dad said, "What happened? You're slipping." The breaking point. It wasn't one big moment. It was 1,000 tiny, ones stacked on top of each other. But if I had to pick the final straw, it was my birthday. Not even a milestone, just 24. I came home from work, already tired, and walked into the kitchen. My mom and dad were sitting there with Jake. And a cake. For him. I actually thought I'd gotten the date wrong. I said, "Oh, did something happen?" My mom smiled and said, "We're celebrating Jake deciding to try school again." I stood there for a second and said, "It's my birthday." Silence. Then my dad goes, "Oh, right, well, we can celebrate both." They didn't even get another cake. They just stuck an extra candle on Jake. What they didn't expect. I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I didn't even look upset. I smiled, said thanks, and ate a slice. Then I went to my room and started packing. The exit. I had some savings. Not a lot, but enough. I'd been quietly preparing for months, without even fully admitting it to myself. I packed essentials first. Documents. Laptop. Clothes. A few personal things that actually mattered. I didn't take furniture, didn't want to fight. At around 2 a.m., I loaded everything into my car. I stood in the hallway for a minute before leaving. Not in a sentimental way. More like realizing something. No one was going to come out and stop me. Because no one even noticed I was gone. The message. I didn't ghost them completely. I left a note on the kitchen counter. I moved out, I'm okay. I'll reach out when I'm ready. That was it. No accusations, no explanation. Their reaction. Oh, they noticed eventually. Around noon the next day, I got 12 missed calls. Then texts started coming in. "Mom, where are you? Is this some kind of joke? You can't just leave like this. Dad, this is extremely immature. Call me immediately. Jake, did you seriously take the car charger?" That one actually made me laugh. The first month, I moved into a tiny studio apartment. The kind where your bed is basically 3 steps from your kitchen. But it was quiet. No commentary. No comparisons. No tension. Just space. The first week felt weird. Like I was doing something wrong. I kept expecting someone to barge in and tell me I was being dramatic. But no one did. Because no one knew where I was. What changed? Here's the part I didn't expect. I started changing. not in some dramatic movie montage way, but in small, almost boring ways. I stopped second-guessing every decision. I ate when I was hungry, not when it was expected. I stopped explaining myself out loud when I was alone. Do you know how weird it is to realize you've been justifying your existence, even when no one's around? Yeah. Month 2, the guilt campaign. That's when my parents escalated. They stopped being angry and started being emotional. Mom, we're worried sick. You're tearing this family apart. Your father can't sleep. Dad, we did everything for you. This is how you repay us. And the classic, you're making a huge mistake. I didn't respond. Not because I was trying to punish them, but because, for the first time, I didn't feel the need to defend myself. Month 3, the visit. Then one day, there was a knock on my door. I wasn't expecting anyone. When I opened it, it was all 3 of them. My mom looked like she'd been crying. My dad looked tense. Jake looked annoyed. First thing my mom did, tried to hug me. I stepped back. Not aggressively, just instinctively. And that's when I saw it. The confusion on her face. Like she genuinely didn't understand why I wasn't reacting the way I used to. The conversation. They came inside. My apartment suddenly felt very small. My dad looked around and said, "You're living like this." I shrugged. "I like it." He didn't respond. Then my mom got straight to it. "Come home." Not "how are you?" Not "we miss you." Just "come home." The real reason. At first I thought it was guilt. Or appearances. But then Jake spoke. And everything clicked. He said, "Look, we need you back." I blinked. "Need me?" He rolled his eyes. "Yeah, Dad, been on my case about getting a job, and Mom stressed all the time. You were the one who kept everything balanced." Balanced? That's what I was. Not a son. Not a person. A buffer. The realization. Every uncomfortable conversation. I absorbed it. Every expectation. Redirected to me. Every conflict. I smoothed it over without even realizing. Without me there. They had to deal with each other. And they didn't like it. The offer. Then my dad said something that honestly stunned me. "If you come back, we can ease up a bit." Ease up. Like my entire existence was a pressure valve they could adjust. My response. I didn't get angry. I didn't raise my voice. I just said, "I'm not coming back." Silence. My mom started crying again. My dad clenched his jaw. Jake scoffed. The shift. And then, something changed. For the first time in my life. I wasn't trying to fix it. I wasn't trying to make them understand. I wasn't trying to make it easier for them. I just let it sit there. Uncomfortable. Unresolved. Real. What happened next? They stayed for about 20 more minutes. Tried different angles. Guilt. Anger. Bargaining. Nothing worked. Because I wasn't playing my role anymore. Eventually they left. No dramatic exit. No big speech. Just quiet frustration. Aftermath. They still text me sometimes. Less now. The messages are different. More cautious. Like they're not sure which version of me they're talking to anymore. And honestly, neither am I. Where I am now. It's been 6 months. I got a better job. Upgraded to a slightly bigger place. Made a few friends who know me as just me. Not the responsible one. Not the example. Just a person. The weirdest part. Sometimes I think about that night. Walking out at 2 a.m. No drama, no noise. Just leaving. And how something so quiet ended up being the loudest statement I've ever made. Final thought. They thought I'd come back. That I'd miss them. That I'd break. What they didn't expect was that the silence they gave me my whole life would become the thing I finally chose. If you made it this far, yeah. Sometimes the most powerful move isn't fighting back. It's just stepping out of the role they wrote for you and never auditioning again.